I call to order the Coatesville Area School Board meeting scheduled for April 23rd, 2024. The mission of the Coatesville Area School District, rich in diversity and committed to excellence, is to create innovative educational experiences which are funded by the taxpayers, supported by the community, delivered by dedicated teachers and administrators, to ensure all students will become responsible, contributing global citizens. By notice of the President, board members are advised that all votes shall be regarded as roll call votes. The minutes should also note that public notice was given for this meeting in accordance with Act 93 of 1998, Section 1. School board meetings shall proceed in accordance with school board policy. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Laren Yacco.
Here.
Steve Wilson.
He's excused.
Thank you. Holly Charest.
Here.
Shauna Maxwell.
Here.
Liz Muirhead.
Here.
Donna Rowland.
Here.
Robin Seagreaves.
Here.
Jennifer Schott.
She's walking in.
Okay. Elgin Bailey.
Here.
Isabella Imburgia.
Here.
Emma Shrivert.
Here.
At this moment, I would like to ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence and a salute to the flag. Please be seated. To my colleagues, are there any additions, deletions, or modifications to this evening's agenda? Actually, there are. I think we want to pull under operations, letter G and M. That's correct, right, Lori?
That's
Okay.
correct, yes.
Okay, thanks. Is there anybody else who would like to add to this? Seeing none. Oh, do we need to vote for that? Okay, sorry. Seeing none, we will move on to public comment. Oh, there. Okay. Is it about the agenda? Okay. Can you fill out the thing? Thanks. The board has requested all persons making comments on the agenda items to list their name, address, telephone number, and motion items on the sheet provided. There is a 3-minute limit per person. The board does not take action or discuss items not appearing on the agenda. The board values public comment and wishes to convey that although board members cannot discuss items that are not on the agenda, they listen carefully and appreciate the value and input the public, from the public. Do we not have the sheet down there? Okay, all right. Lori Shannon Bailey. Thank you. Approval of the minutes. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the minutes for the February 27th. Oh, it's not it, sorry. What was the last one? March 26th. I apologize. A board meeting subject to any additions, deletions, modifications, and clarifications. Call for the motion.
Motion.
Second.
Madam Secretary, call the vote.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Holly Charest,
Yes.
Mira Nyako,
Yes.
Donna Rowland.
Yes.
Motion approved.
As for the executive session announcement this evening, the board met in executive session on April 8th and April 22nd of 2024 to discuss 1 confidential student matter, 5 items related to confidential personnel matters, specifically administrative employees, and 1 potential matter of litigation. That concludes the executive session report for this evening, Madam President.
Thank you. Next up is the student representative report. Ladies?
Good evening, Dr. Van Voren and Board of School Directors. My name is Emma Shivert, and I'm the Junior School Board Representative. This month, CASH has been working with the Pico Energy Company to provide our senior students with an opportunity to engage in career-sustaining jobs. Pico representatives were in to talk to a number of seniors last week and discuss the benefits and multiple options that exist within the organization, with a number of those attending and submitting applications for consideration. Our Coatesville area senior high school Meister Singers did a terrific performance at the national anthem this past Saturday at Callan Little League's opening day ceremonies. Thank you to all the students who participated to make opening day great. A special thank you to honor soloist Alex Warner, who assisted Ms. Tingle Lewis and Mr. Hughes in the organization of the performance. Representative Chrissy Houlihan visited Coatesville Area Senior High School to meet with Coatesville's robotics teams, the Raiderbots and Raiderbots Squared. Afterwards, Chrissy Houlihan then met with SIMFA Foundation's Capitol Hill Challenge participants. This nationwide economic and financial knowledge competition selects a different school each year from each congressional district. Houlihan had the opportunity to share a bit about her own entrepreneurial background leading several southeastern Pennsylvania companies, her work in fiscal policy making, and answering students' questions. The SAD Club at Cash recently hosted a toiletries drive to support the Domestic Violence Center of Chester County. For the first time, they collected in all the buildings across the district. They are proud to announce that they collected 843 items that were delivered to the Domestic Violence Center of Chester County in Westchester. These items will help at least 100 people who have been victims of domestic violence. And lastly, this Thursday, April 25th, Cash's Leo Club will be hosting a Red Cross blood drive from our gymnasium from 7:30 to 12:45. Students are encouraged to sign up with Ms. Levan in order to save up to 3 lives. This is the conclusion of my report for the evening. Have a good night.
Good evening. I'm Isabella Imburgia, the senior class representative for the school board. I will start off my report with sharing some exciting information for the senior class. On Friday, May 31st, we will have our last senior exam in the morning, followed by the prom parade and senior prom that evening from 7 to 10:30 p.m. On that following Tuesday, we will hold the senior breakfast, cap and gown distribution, and the elementary school walk. The senior awards ceremony will also take place that evening on Tuesday, June 4th. Wednesday will consist of graduation practice and graduation ticket distribution, with graduation itself taking place on Thursday, June 6th at 6:30. Another item related to prom is the senior fashion show, which took place earlier this month and raised nearly $1,000. Seniors have just over a month left of school, so this is a very exciting time for us. That concludes my report. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, ladies. Next up is the superintendent's report.
Good evening, Coatesville area community. I am delighted to share some exceptional news. As you saw in today's daily local news, it is with immense pride that I announce the recognition of one of our beloved educators, Miss Tracy Parker, for her outstanding commitment to teaching and mentorship. Ms. Parker has been awarded the prestigious Citadel Heart of Learning Award, an honor bestowed upon her for her unwavering dedication to our students and community. Her impact extends beyond the classroom walls as she works tirelessly with both our pre-K students as well as some of our high school students who are interested in the career of education, all in the same classroom. In her 10 years of service with the district, Ms. Parker has consistently demonstrated the qualities of warmth, kindness, and encouragement that truly sets her apart as an educational leader. She not only imparts her knowledge, but also fosters a nurturing environment where students feel supported and inspired to reach their potential. The Citadel Heart of Learning Award serves as a beacon of recognition for teachers who exemplify extraordinary dedication. Ms. Parker's nomination is a testament to the profound impact she has had on countless lives within our community. As a recipient of this award, Ms. Parker was presented with a $1,000 prize, along with a beautifully crafted glass heart award symbolizing the love and passion she brings to her job every day. Something else to share this evening is that our upcoming School Spirit Day with Lancaster Stormers is coming on May 5th at 3 p.m. Come join us for some baseball fun and smiles as we celebrate the Coatesville Area High School Marching Band 100th anniversary. Our band will perform in the field before the game. Students will also have a chance to welcome players to the field, have a pre-game catch, and even run the bases. Students and staff get in for free, and tickets for family and friends are discounted. Community organizations were also invited to take part as well. Flyers were sent home over the last week, and the link to purchase tickets and/or to select your seats are found in your school's Monday morning message, so please check it out. Lastly, I do want to announce that our monthly school board meeting is now officially moving to the administrative offices at 3030 CG Zinn Road in Thorndale. This will start next month in May for our committee meeting, so we will see everyone there at our new location. So the important dates to pay attention to: that very next meeting that will be at the administration building will be on May 14th at 6 p.m., followed by our business meeting on May 28th at 6 p.m., again, at 3030 CG Zinn Road in Thorndale. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Van Born. Next up is the special report by Dr. Roberts.
No, we're not. This is information that every student in Pennsylvania is receiving, and we just want to make sure that we do what we need to do to get off that school improvement plan. And so if we've got to explain more to the students, we will. If you look at the next slide, and I didn't, okay. We were able to actually move students. So in order to celebrate these students, we had a pet rally. So we recognized 174 students that made gains and grew faster than the rate of one school year. 174 students. It was a long pet rally because we also included the winter sports, but we were excited about their progress. We have about 17 students that are in Algebra 1 class. So Algebra 1 is actually a 9th grade class. They're taking it in 7th grade, which we're excited about, but they tested into that particular class. So these Algebra 1 students actually finished their spring math. We did get them a book that is Unlocking Keystone Exam, because keep in mind, this 7th grader that is taking Algebra 1 has to take the PSSA math, they have to take the PSSA ELA, and then they have to take the Keystone Algebra 1. Now that Keystone exam that they take will bank for when they get promoted to the high school. So that Keystone exam is a part of their graduation requirement. They're taking it in 7th grade. So we're excited about that because that provides them with an opportunity to also grow, and especially if you like math, it allows you the ability to take a higher level math class when you get to the high school. Next. This year we did receive information from the state assessment coordinator for mathematics. She told us, and I'm sure with every school district in Pennsylvania, exactly what some of the changes were with the math. The formula, where things were going to be moved, because don't forget, the students took the PSSA math in 6th grade, now it's in 7th grade. So as you can see, the formulas for the two-dimensional figures have been moved. A cubic along with the volume formula and surface area formula have been added. So we were able to give the students this information earlier on, as they're waiting for a week or two before school started, and then say, well, by the way, this is what you're going to run into. Some of the students are saying because of the information that they're receiving, they feel actually a little bit more comfortable than if they had not had that knowledge. The other testing area is ELA, instruction updates. So we have Ms. Julia Messer-Tremino, who is the administrator on assignment. We are looking at the foundational grammar knowledge. And again, this was another change that we did in the middle of the school year because we found that grammar was needed on the PSSA, and that's where some of our students were lacking. So in order to ensure that the grammar is explicitly taught to our 7th grade students to improve their reading, comprehension, writing skills, and the end of the course assessments, we are now infusing grammar within a lot of our ELA classes, which is a great thing. We have not done that in the past. We do have 2 teachers that are doing a pilot with the IXL. That is Ms. Hand and Ms. Olson, so they're excited about that. Also, Ms. Julia came into some of our ELA classes, and she's teaching a refresher with punctuation. When I went in the next day and said, how was it? They said, oh, it's great. They even showed me little notes, so they were able to take information that she presented, and they can use that as they continue into their studies. They did start that, I think it was in February, for 15 to 20 minutes, the teachers are going to do direct instruction with grammar. They're using Lexia grammar lessons. They're also infusing that within their Wit and Wisdom, which is a part of the ELA lessons or program that they're currently using. So we're very, very optimistic. Now this is the exciting part. Okay, next. All right, so we have a therapy bunny. Her name is Jovi. So she comes to school Monday through Friday. She stays there. She gets foster parents on the weekends. So on the weekends, somebody takes her home, and then they have it with their family as the teacher, and then they bring her back on Monday. She's absolutely phenomenal. She is actually a registered therapy bunny. She's in 2 classrooms. Some of the students know where she is, so some of them will go over into the classroom, and we just love Jovi. The other day, somebody said, Jovi is so obese. So no, she's just pleasantly happy. So she's there, she's wonderful. She helps students to calm down and students that suffer from anxiety. So we love Jovi, she's there, that's exciting. And another exciting piece, before we cue it up, Miss Krieger, who was our Citadel Heart of Learning Award recipient last year, decided that she was going to bring in eggs and put them in an incubator. So you can cue the next slide. So this is our little setup. So this is what, she couldn't be here, so she said, the past 3 years, we have had a much better success with hatching chickens, and our eggs come from our own teachers' coops, because we have several teachers that have farms. Thanks to Ms. Mangy and Ms. Phelan for their support. The students use this experience as part of their study in genetics. They are able to identify the features of each breed of chickens and try to predict what chicks may hatch based on evidence. They also get to see how quickly the chicks grow. Now check this out. Our second batch of chicks this year should be hatching tonight or tomorrow. So I went in before I got here and I peeked in, there's nothing yet. But anyway, so we're getting our second batch, so that should be exciting. So you can see the preparation. Now, this is the next slide, which is fine. So once they hatch in the incubator, then we put them in their own apartment and we watch them. And we watch them. As you can see, the listening to instruction, they're all in the classroom. The teacher's teaching, and I'm sure they're taking it all in. And then the next one, they have to have lunch, so then she puts food in there for them to eat. So that's her excitement. I think Ms. Bean, you're in that class, right? Yeah. She's smiling. She loves it. All right, so then the next slide is you can see the students. They all take the chicks out. They hold on to them. They pass them around. She said it's really nice to see some of the toughest kids become soft and very compassionate. And as you can see, they handle the chicks with care. And we absolutely love it. The staff gets very excited. All right, so then wait for this. So when you think that learning is done, and then you realize, oh my goodness, what I said and did, somebody really has taken what I said to heart. So this is the next slide. So Jocelyn is in that same class. She then went home and said something to her mother, who went out and bought an incubator. So they already had ducks. So she put some eggs from the ducks that she had in the incubator, and then there's her 2 ducks right there. One is named Donald, and the other one is named Daisy. So you think that people aren't listening? They are. All right, so next, one thing that I heard years ago is a man without a vision is a man without a future, and a man without a future is bound to repeat his past. And from that point on, I've made it a point to try to get our students to focus on their careers. In elementary school, everyone has a dream. They want to do this, they want to do that. Somehow in middle school, sometimes it gets forgotten. So the goal is to provide students with opportunities to start exploring what they want to become later in life. So we brought in the ROTC from the high school because we have several students that are enlisted in the ROTC in 8th grade, or students that were curious, interested, and are thinking about it, so they came in and they did a presentation. We then collaborated with The Point in Parksburg, and they brought in Tuff Harris, who is a retired NFL player for the Miami Dolphins and the Steelers. We also brought in, it was so interesting, how many QVC fans do we have? Oh, QVC host, Mr. Hughes, came in, and he's not only a retired host, he's a comedian and an author. And he really worked those students during that assembly, and they learned things that they had never learned before, which was wonderful, and he wants to come back and pour back into North Brandywine. We also had Coach McCain, who did a spoken word presentation. He's also one of our grit coaches, which was really phenomenal. And then, of course, nothing would be the same if we didn't have field trips. So because we're limited with school bus drivers and school buses, we always go on field trips in style. As you can see, the coach. As you can see, the students that are having fun and they're laughing. Of course, you have to teach them the etiquette about how you behave and what's expected on a coach bus. Whatever happens on a coach bus stays in a coach bus. The whole thing that we do as adults. So they're learning it at 12 and 13. On the right-hand side, they went to the Renaissance Fair, which is a fantastic trip. We used to do that many years ago. We've started to do that again. This is our second year in going, which is a great opportunity. This is the one that we love. There's Emma Bean on the back with the horse. So we go to the Pennsylvania Farm Show. It's absolutely free. The students absolutely love it. As you can see in the middle, they get up close and personal. There were some students that actually were laying on the cow because, but I love the picture to the right. Look at her face. And that's only one example of someone's face, how excited the students were when they went. It was such a great experience that some of them even said, even next year, they might even go and take their parents there, which was phenomenal. We also talk about careers. For instance, there's a manufacturing company that we went to, CNH, which is located in New Holland. And it's a manufacturing and agricultural, they manufacture agricultural and construction equipment. We took a few students there. They went up there, had a blast. As you can see, they ended up going into the conference room. And it's something that they, maybe if they don't want to go to college, maybe this is another opportunity that they have available that is really not far. And they have, I think, over 3,000 employees, and they absolutely loved the experience. Next, we had Mr. Woolley, who came in, again, giving them a global world experience. He actually is from Liberia. He has kids that are in the Coatesville School District. He came to explain about how the students in Africa do not have the same education nor the facilities that we have here, and how the students should be very thankful for what they have. The fact that they can walk into a clean building, they can get a good education. He's paying them, one teacher gets $75 for the whole year to teach in Liberia. We did a fundraiser where the students brought in sneakers and book bags. He is now in Liberia, and he's building an elementary school. So that was just giving them another world that, you know what, you have to just appreciate being educated. I decided for this year for the PSSA, which is 3 days for ELA, 2 days for math, to just do something different. You're in the classroom, you're testing from 8 a.m. in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning. So I decided, why not create programs that will actually engage students? So yesterday, we were so blessed. We have a lot of athletes, and when you talk to a young person, what do you want to do? I want to go into the NBA. Okay, and do you need to go to college first? Oh, I don't need college. So we're trying to dispel that myth. So we brought in the senior athletes yesterday, and they met with the athletes that are current 7th graders in all kinds of sports. They talked to them about, you know, what it was like to be in middle school. If you were a D1 school, D2, D3, when do you start the process? How engaged are you? What did they learn? What did they take away from that? So we had them separated. The girls were working with the female athletes, and the boys were working with the male athletes so that they could have that engaging conversation. It was the best time that I had. I thought that it was very insightful to get these students to understand. We have students going to LaSalle University at D3. We have students going to Bloomsfield, which is D2. And to see the struggles, and then for them to actually see the students connecting to the students that they had, teachers that they had in 7th grade, was like, oh, I'm so glad to see you. So I'm going to try to continue that every year. The other thing is we have Delaware County Community College coming tomorrow. And we know that students cannot enroll or even apply until 10th grade. But the key is that you have to plant the seed. If Delaware County is an opportunity for you to apply in 9th grade, then you need to start working now in middle school so that when you get to the 9th grade, you can then have good grades, you'll know the work ethic, you can apply, try to get in, and then you would graduate with a high school diploma and an associate's degree. And it saves the families like $66,000. So we're trying to plant the seed. So I have over 40 students that have signed up to take part in that presentation tomorrow. We're also bringing in Mr. Roberts, who is Young Men and Women in Charge, to talk about robotics and STEM. So that will be educational to the students, and we're bringing in Judge Hines to talk about law. There might be a few other people that we bring in, but again, it's to nurture and to feed the seed so that they can see all the opportunities that are available to them. I want them to take advantage of every opportunity. Once they hit 9th grade, I tell them that when you get to college, they don't look at your 12th grade. They look at 9, 10, and 11. So there's nothing like now to make that move. So that's the end of my presentation, and I thank you for your time. Any questions? Any questions?
First of all, I just want to say thank you, Dr. Roberts. I know firsthand, because having my grandson at North Brandywine, how you and the other teachers would greet the students. So thank you very much. That helped them start their day off. And congratulations to the students with the perfect attendance. When I don't feel like coming to committee meeting or executive meeting, you've motivated me. I'll think about you. And to the parents, thank you as well. Maybe you could write a note to other parents of how you get those kids out every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Items for approval. Committee meeting action items considered routine will be enacted under one motion unless removed from separate action upon board request. The purpose of the consolidated motion is to expedite governing board action on all consent items, which are not held for discussion. Items that have been held for discussion by the governing board will be enacted upon at the time the item is discussed. I would like to remove under finance, letter A, B, C, E, and N. I see it. Under education, can we remove letter F? And then under operations, can we remove letters G, H, I, and J? Oh, that's right, sorry, my bad. Scratch G, H, I, and J. That's all I have. To my colleagues, are there any items that you would like to have removed from the agenda this evening?
Those are the same ones I had.
Anyone else?
Sorry, can you run finance again, the ones that you pulled, please?
Yep. A, B, C, E, and letter N.
Thank you.
With the items now removed from the consent agenda for an individual vote, I now call for a motion.
Second.
Any questions, comments, or discussion? Secretary, please call for the vote.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Holly Charest.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, we move to the Finance Committee part of the agenda. Items remaining for roll call vote. Starting with item A, financial statements, that the Board of School Directors approve the financial statements, bills, payables list as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Floor is now open for any discussion or questions. Seeing none, I'll call for the vote.
Holly Charest,
Yes?
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey.
Yes.
We'll need to abstain from that vote.
Abstain?
Thank you. Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Liren Yako,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to item B, that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 Chester County Intermediate Unit Core Services budget in the amount of $38,662,587, of which Coatesville Area School District's projected contribution is $46,935 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions, comments, or discussion? Seeing none, I call for the vote.
Elgin Bailey,
Abstain?
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Abstain.
Holly Charest,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Liren Yako.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to item C, that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 Chester County Intermediate Unit Occupational Education budget in the amount of $33,229,493, of which the Coatesville Area School District's contribution is $3,672,064 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions, comments, or discussion? Seeing none, call for the vote.
Shauna Maxwell,
Abstain.
Leon Yacco,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey,
Abstain.
Donna Roland,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Holly Charess,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving on to item E, Chester County Intermediate Unit Live Stream Services Agreement, that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed agreement with the Chester County Intermediate Unit to provide on-site live stream services for the 2024 high school prom parade in the amount of $2,600 as presented. Any questions, comments, or discussion? Seeing none, call for the vote.
We need a motion and a second.
Oh, sorry,
Motion.
I forgot.
Second.
Thanks. All right, call for the vote.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey,
Abstain.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Donna Roland,
Yes.
Leon Yacco,
Yes.
Holly Charess.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you. Okay, and final item from Finance Committee is item N, the Human Resources Report, that the Board of School Directors approve the resignations, appointments, new positions, leaves of absence, transfers, changes of status, and corrections as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Before I open for comment, I wanted to recognize that on this Human Resources Report, there are 4 retirements. 2 teachers, Dolores Hines, who teaches 4th grade at East Fallowfield, and Charlene Kopach, who is a kindergarten teacher at Callan, as well as 2 folks in the more administrative roles, Sam Frost, who is an attendant secretary at East Fallowfield, and Ann Fabrizio, who works in central registration at the admin building. I want to thank all of them for their tenure with CASD and wish them well in their retirement. Any other questions, comments, or discussion? Seeing none, call for the vote.
Leon Yacco,
Yes.
Holly Charess,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey,
Yes.
Donna Roland.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, that concludes the Finance Committee portion of the report. I pass off to Robin Seagreaves for the Education Committee.
Okay, we'll go over the one education item pulled from consent, which is item F, that the Board of School Directors approve the proposed expulsion for student 10007287 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? Seeing none, can I call for the vote?
Leon Yacco,
No.
Jennifer Schott,
No.
Holly Charess,
No.
Robin Seagreaves,
No.
Elgin Bailey,
No.
Shauna Maxwell,
No.
Donna Roland,
No.
Liz Muirhead.
No.
Motion denied.
And that concludes the education.
Moving on to the Operations Committee, letter H, Environmental Control Systems, Kings Highway asbestos removal. The recommended action is that the Board of School Directors approve the recommendation from Environmental Control Systems and award PSC EHC Acquisition LLC the contract for asbestos removal and related work at Kings Highway Elementary School at a total cost of $36,808 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
I just wanted to comment, Director Schott, that this item and the 2 that follow, I had asked the board president to pull them because we did not have complete information at the committee meeting, and I wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity to review them before just voting for them in consent. But I do not have any specific questions after review.
Okay. Seeing none others, please call for the vote.
Donna Roland,
Abstain.
Elgin Bailey,
Abstain.
Leon Yacco,
Yes.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Abstain.
Holly Charest,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
motion approved.
Letter I, Environmental Control Systems, Callan Elementary asbestos removal. The recommended action is that the Board of School Directors approve the recommendation from Environmental Control Systems and award Bristol Environmental Incorporated for the asbestos removal and related work at Callan Elementary School at a total cost of $20,800 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, call for the vote, please.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey,
Abstain.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Abstain.
Holly Charest,
Yes.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Lear Nyako,
Yes.
motion approved.
Letter J, the Environmental Control Systems Farmhouse asbestos removal. The recommended action is that the Board of School Directors approve the recommendation from Environmental Control Systems and award Plymouth Environmental for the asbestos removal and related work at the farmhouse on the high school campus at a total cost of $8,600 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, call for the vote, please.
Shauna Maxwell,
Abstain.
Donna Rowland,
Yes.
Lear Nyako,
Yes.
Holly Charest,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Elgin Bailey,
Abstain.
Jennifer Schott,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
motion approved.
There is nothing for policy tonight, so public comment. The board has requested that all persons making comments of public concern list their name, address, telephone number, and topic on the sheet provided. There is a 3-minute time limit per person. Time may not be yielded to another speaker. Thank you. Lori Shannon Bailey.
Just a short comment about raising our taxes. Today I met a lady who was 80-plus years old. I'm not sure if she was a homeowner, she probably was, but she was sharing that she needed 2 hearing aids, and each hearing aid cost $1,000, and she could not afford to pay $1,000 for 1 hearing aid. And I said, well, I thought Medicare or Medicaid would pay for them, but apparently they do not. So from a senior citizen's perspective, when you start to talk about raising taxes, maybe you already have, please keep in mind our senior citizens, many of whom do own their own homes. Please keep that in mind. There's a lot of money, as I look at the treasurer's report tonight, there's a lot of money in this district. There's a lot of money here. Please keep that in mind. Please keep in mind not all of us have the money that others have. People want to keep their homes. People want to stay in their homes. Please keep that in mind. Please use the resources that are already here. I'll never forget a particular board member whose name I'm not going to mention, but never, ever approved a tax increase. I respected that. I will always respect that because there's a lot of money in this district that's not always being utilized right. So we elected you all to make really, really good decisions when it comes to our money. And we look forward to you making a good decision when it comes to raising our taxes. We know it has to be done. We want you to make the right decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Informational items, I'm just going to put out there again a reminder that our meetings are going to be held at the administration building starting next month. Does anybody else have? Holly does.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to provide a quick update in regards to the Chester County School Board Legislative Council. So last month in March, we had our annual legislative breakfast where we invite our local legislators to come and share breakfast with us and also discussion about various things, topics going on in our districts. I would like to acknowledge and thank Representative Dan Williams, and Senators Caroline Comita and Katie Muth for attending. And I would also like to thank Beth Brindle for attending on behalf of Representative Danielle Friel Auden for attending the breakfast. Some of the things we did there after eating some of the delicious breakfast provided by the TCHS students who are in the culinary program. They always do a fantastic job with the presentation of the meal. We engaged in some tabletop discussion. Some of the areas that we covered was equity in education funding, charter school accountability, mental health supports in schools, school safety measures, and special education services. Representative Williams was at the table with other members of the Coatesville Area School District, both board directors and administrative individuals. So I appreciate his taking the time to sit and listen and discuss with us the things that we feel are important and matter to our students and to our families. Afterwards, we finished with a panel discussion with the legislators where they were asked a question, such things that we asked questions about and they gave answers to were school-based mental health services, as well as addressing things like staffing shortages and also addressing the diverse needs of students in our schools. We did have a chance to view the governor's proposed budget, and one thing that I wanted to point out that was not only a topic of discussion, but also something that was reiterated a few times during the breakfast, that Governor Shapiro is putting in his budget the cyber charter student tuition rate for $8,000 per student. That will be across Pennsylvania. By doing so, it will result in an average school district savings of $262 million annually. And some of the things that our legislators are working for in the upcoming month include, their priorities include mental health funding, early childhood education funding, as well as addressing personnel shortages across Pennsylvania. Although I understand now with the governor's opportunity of offering a stipend to those who are interested in education and going to be doing student teaching, that has actually caused a spike in applications for individuals to enroll as education majors and as well as student teachers. So I want to, give compliments to that. And then also the final priority for our legislation is removing the unnecessary barriers to education. Our next meeting will take place tomorrow evening, April 24th. So we will get an update on other legislative items at that evening, and I will provide a report for our community at next month's board meeting. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Do I have a motion for adjournment? This meeting's adjourned.